Welcome back once again to Elvira Couture. Thank you for staying with me here on this channel. If this is your first time of stopping by, you're highly welcome. Today we are going to be making a corset top. If you don't know how to draft your corset blouse, you can check the description below. I'm going to be dropping the link of the corset pattern drafting which I made earlier on, so please do well to click there and watch the video on how to draft a corset blouse. So today we are going to be concluding that tutorial. We'll be needing a regling bone. This is for the boning of the corset. This is 1 yard of regling bone. In order to make this video as short as possible, so I've already cut out my pattern. So on the previous video on drafting of the corset blouse, I made an illustration of two different methods. This is for the first method. Later on, I'm going to be making another video for the second method. So here I've already gone ahead to place my pattern on the fabric. This is the center front. I've already cut that with a lining piece. This here is the side front, and I've cut out the back panel as well. I also went ahead to cut out a strip of fabric. I'm going to be using this for the boning channel. So the wideness of this fabric is 1.5 inches. So I just cut as long as up to 60 the length. So if you want to see how to join these pieces to give us a nice fitted corset, stay with me on this channel and let's get started. Welcome back. So like I was saying, I went ahead to cut the cup with our fabric and with a wadding. So I'm leaving a 1/4 of an inch round the pattern paper. Here is the front piece, the center front piece. Here is the side front. Here also is the side front. So the first thing I want to be doing here now, I will bring this here. I've already marked, this is the wrong side, this is the wrong side. I just made the mark so it will be clear for you to see. So here is the right side of the fabric. Usually when you're sewing, we sew like so, right side facing right side. But for this class, I'm not going to be sewing like that. I'll be bringing, that is wrong side facing wrong side, place them together like so. Then I'm going to be sewing it on 1/2 of an inch. This is what the wrong side looks like, and here is the right side. So I'll do same thing on this other side. So wrong side facing wrong side, then I'll be closing it up on 1/2 of an inch. I'll be sewing on the right side of the fabric. On the wrong side of fabric, I have this look. Then on the right side, I have the seam rough edges. So the next thing I want to do here is to trim off this excess. It to my ironing table, open up the seam line, and I'll give it a good press. Guys, when you're making a corset, you're just gonna be working with your pressing iron, because that's what will really keep it flat, nice and neat. This is what you should get after pressing it down. The next thing I want to be doing now is to create a channel for the bone. I'm going to be placing this like so, pin it down like so. Remember, this is the right side of the fabric. So I'll be sewing it here down to this place. Once I'm done with that, I will flip here over to this other side Then I'm turning it inward like so. There are so many ways to create a boning channel. This is one of such ways. I'm done sewing it on 1/2 inch. Next thing I want to do now is to trim off this excess here. Then I'll cut off this one, flip it over to this side, give it a good press. I'll be sewing here by 1.8 inches. What I've just done here, I'm going to be doing same on this side as well. Just trim off here a bit. So I'm gonna take this now and sew. Just make sure when you sew, you're sewing along with this seam. Also trim this off. So I'll be folding this in, and I'll be sewing it on 1/8. So this is the center piece. On this creeps line, I'm going to be placing a boning channel here as well. So you might just want to use a pin to keep it down in place. Be sure you're sewing it on the midpoint of this center front. So I'm just going to be running a straight stitch from here down here. So the next thing I want to do here now is to flip it over to the other side. So I went ahead to press this down. So I'm just going to be stitching on 1.8 inch. So I'll just keep this aside. Then I'll go over to join the cups. This is the bust point, making a snip there. This is the center front of the cup, and this is the side front of the cup. I also went ahead to make a little slip here, and on the side front I also made a little snip here. So while sewing, I just ensure that the both of them align. So that's the essence of making the notch. So I'm going to be sewing it now on 1/4 inch, all the way from here to the end. Notch it all around to make it relax, and you trim off the excess. So guys, here's the cup of one side. I'm going to do same on the other side. So I'm done with that. I'm going to take this to my ironing table and give it a good press, and I'll be right back. The next thing I want to do now is to pass this threading bowling into the channel. I'll just be leaving 1/2 inch up here. Just cut it out like so. And I'll pass it into the channel. Same on this other side. Just ensure you left 1/2 inch up here and a space of 1/2 inch down here as well. I'll do same on this other side. Next thing I just want to be doing now is to place the cup at the middle of this one, and I'll sew it here and also sew it here. So I'll be sewing this on 1/4 inch because that's the seam I left on the cup. I'm gonna be doing same thing on this other side as well. So I'm done with the front panel. This is what I have for the front panel. The same way I've joined the fabric, I'm going to be doing same on the lining fabric. The difference is that I'm not going to be putting a boning channel, but I'm going to join it same way. Just went ahead to join the side back and the center front. So next thing I want to do now is to place the right side of the back panel to the right side of the front panel together like so. Then I'm gonna be sewing it on 1 inch. I'm gonna be sewing it here like on 1 inch. So I'm done with that. I will bring this other side as well. I'll do same thing here. Close it here on 1 inch. Follow this line. I've already marked out my 1 inch. So I'll follow here from this top to the down. Close it up by 1 inch. So I'm done. I've joined the back panel to the front panel. So this is what I have. I'm not going to be putting a bone on the back panel. So I'll just make do with these 3 bones here. So what I've done, the same way I've joined this main fabric, I'm gonna be doing same thing on the lining fabric. The next thing I want to do now, I'm gonna be sewing in the zipper. So please, when you're making yours, make sure you use a matching color zipper, the right side of the zipper, and here is the right side of the fabric. So I'm just gonna be placing it like so. I gave 1.5 inch for my zipper allowance. So I'm gonna be pinning it down like so. So I just open it up here. Now do same thing on this side. So I'll go ahead and sew it up. So the next thing now, I'll be joining the lining fabric on to the main fabric, right side facing right side. So I'm gonna be sewing it up, sew it all the way, hold it by 1/2 inch, notch both the lining fabric and the main fabric together. Just gonna be top stitching on the lining fabric like 1/4 inch down to the end. Done with top stitching. So the next thing is to bring down the lining fabric like so. So I'm just going to be sewing on the zipper. Guys, so this is the final outlook of the corsets we just made. This is the inner part. So just put it together like so and zip it. So guys, here we have it. Thank you so much for staying with me. I really appreciate you. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for coming back to Elvila Couture. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, please do so, because I dish out new content every week that will help your sewing career or your sewing profession. Please do well to leave this video a thumbs up. I appreciate all of your support. If you have any style that you want me to make an illustration on, feel free to let me know on the comment section. I will do well to try and answer them and also make a video on it. I really appreciate you. God bless you. Until I see you again next week, stay healthy, stay safe. Bye bye.